Supreetha. Welcome to my math class. So in the previous lecture on derivatives, we studied the concept of derivatives and we studied how to find the derivative using ab initio method, or we also call it as delta method. Correct. Now in this video, let us study the most important formula of derivatives, that is d by dx of. This is how we denote a derivative, right? This is the differentiation. We also call it as differentiation. This is our differentiation symbol. Okay, the differentiation of x to the power n is what? N x to the power n minus 1. So what does this mean? If they ask you to find, say, if the question is find the derivative or differentiation of, yes, derivative of, say you have x cube. Yes, how do you denote this? I'll write it as derivative of means d by dx of x cube. Okay, this is equal to what? Compare our x power n and the given question. In the place of n, I have what? I have 3. So this would be 3x to the power 2 minus 1. So our final answer would be n, right? So this is 3 minus 1. So our final answer would be 3x to the power 2. Okay, let me take down one more question. Say they've asked you find the derivative of x to the power 10. Okay, first step is write it as d by dx x to the power 10. That is the given question. Compare with the formula. What do you have in place of n? I have 10. Okay, so I would have to write it as 10 x to the power n minus 1. That is 10 minus 1. This is equal to 10 x to the power 9. Okay, now the third question is, say I have find the derivative of x to the power 99. What is the first step? I would write it as d by dx of x power 99. This is equal to 99 x to the power 99 minus 1. This is equal to 99 x to the power 98. Okay, suppose you have a coefficient. Okay, say I have 2x cube. How would you solve this? First of all, write down d by dx of 2x cube. Okay, since this is a coefficient, that it is a number, right? So I can write it as 2 d by dx of x cube. Okay, this is equal to what? 2 would remain as it is. Write down 2 as it is now. For this, apply our formula, that is d by dx of x to the power n. What would we get? In place of n, I have 3. Write down the formula first. What is the formula? D by dx of x to the power n is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. Okay, so in place of n, I have what? 3. So I would have to write 3 x to the power 3 minus 1. So our final answer would be 2 into 3 x to the power 2. This is equal to 6x square. Okay, one more thing. So we know what is d by dx of x to the power n, and we know how to solve problems on this. Okay, always remember d by dx of, yes, d by dx of constant, any number, say a, I'll denote it as a, that would be 0. Okay, so how can you say this is 0? Say, suppose, can I write a as, yes, can I write it as a into x power 0? Yes, anything to the power 0 is 1, right? So can I write it as a x to the power 0? Now, as I told you over here, I took 2 outside the derivative symbol. Similarly, I can take a outside the derivative symbol. So this would be a power 0, sorry, x power 0, right? Yes, x power 0. So now for this I'll apply the formula. What is the formula? D by dx of x power n. In place of n I have 0 is equal to n x power n minus 1. So that would be, in place of n I have 0, x to the power 0 minus 1. So you should know 0 into anything is what? It is a. A will remain as it is, into derivative is what? 0. So your answer is 0. So you say always the derivative of a constant. Say I have derivative of 9. If they ask you derivative of 9, what would you write? Let me take a question. Say they have asked you find the derivative or differentiation of 9. That would be d by dx of 9. So that would be 0. If they ask you what is differentiation of 1000, that would be 0. So basically differentiation of any constant is 0. Okay. Now let me take down one more question. Find the derivative of, yes, sixth one. Find the derivative of x cube, okay, x cube plus 5x, or I'll change it to 8x itself. Okay, x cube plus 8x. How do you find the derivative of this? We use something called as the sum rule. Okay, so now the first step as always is d by dx of the given question, that is x cube plus 8x. Okay, now what is this equal to? What does the sum rule say? Yeah, sum rule says that you can give this d by dx to each function. Why? Because there is a positive sign in between. 8x. Okay, we know how to find the derivative of this now. D by dx of x cube is what? In place of n I have 3. So that would be, okay, let me write down the formula once. D by dx of x to the power n is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. So I will write it as 3x to the power 3 minus 1 plus, here I can take out 8 as a constant. I would have d by dx of x, okay, to the power 1, right? So now I would have what? 3x square plus 8. Now I have what? 1 x to the power n minus 1. So that would be 1 minus 1. So x raised to the power 0 is 1, as I've written here. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. Okay, so this would be 3x square plus 8 into 1, that is 8 itself. Okay, moving on to our next question. Say, find the derivative of, yes, seventh one, find the derivative of 3x square. How would you find this? D by dx of 3x square. Yes, that is the first step. Whatever they have given the question, you write it in this form. What next? 3 is a constant. I can take it out. D by dx of x square. Yes, we now have the formula. What is the formula? D by dx of x to the power n is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. Okay, so that would be 3 into, yes, 2 x to the power 2 minus 1. Yes, now I can multiply these two terms, 6x to the power 1, or I can write as 6x. Okay. Now, find the derivative of, eighth one is, find the derivative of, yes, find the derivative of x square plus 5x. What is the first step? given question, you write it as d by dx of whatever they have given, that is x square plus 5x. From some rule, I can give d by dx to each term. So I would get d by dx of x square plus d by dx of 5x. What is d by dx of x square? Recall the formula. D by dx of x to the power n is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. Okay. So the formula is d by dx of x square is, in place of n I have 2. So I would have to write this as 2x to the power 2 minus 1 plus, as you know, I would take out 5 outside. And what is differentiation of x with respect to x? In place of n I have 1. So that would be 1 x to the power 1 minus 1. So our answer would be 1. Okay. What is 5 into 1? It is 5 itself. So our final answer is 2 x raised to the power 2 minus 1, or you can also write it as 2x itself plus 5. Okay. So now our ninth question is find the derivative of. So yes, the ninth question is find the derivative of. Okay. They have given something like, given f of x is equal to 4 by 3. Okay, say 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3 x to the power 2 by 3 minus x to the power minus 4 divided by 5 plus, okay, 3x. Now, what is the first step? Whatever they have given, that is f of x, you write it as d by dx of f of x. In place of f of x, we substitute what? The given question, that is 2 by 3 x to the power 2 by 3 minus x to the power minus 4 by 5 plus 3x. Okay, what is the next step? We use the sum rule. What is the sum rule? Give d by dx to each term. Yes, x to the power 2 by 3 minus d by dx of x to the power minus 4 by 5. It doesn't matter if there is a negative sign. You can do this. Okay. Plus d by dx of 3x. Okay. Now 2 by 3 is a constant. Agree? So I'll write it outside. 2 by 3 d by dx of x to the power 2 by 3 minus d by dx of x to the power minus 4 divided by 5 plus 3 is a constant again. I'll take it outside. D by dx of x. Yes. Now for each term, I would apply the formula. Which is the formula? D by dx of x to the power n is equal to what? N x to the power n minus 1. Okay. So this would be what? 2 divided by 3. In place of n, I have what? 2 by 3. So I'll write this as 2 by 3 x to the power 2 by 3 minus 1. Okay. Minus, again, in place of n, I have what? Minus 4 by 5. So this would be minus 4 by 5 x to the power minus 4 by 5 plus 1 plus 3 into, I have x to the power 1. So that would be 1 x to the power 1 minus 1. As I told you, it would become 0. So anything to the power 0 is 1. And I would get 3 into 1. Okay. Now what do? I'll multiply. 2 2s are 4. Yes. 3 3s are 9. X to the power. What is the LCM? Minus 2 by 3 minus 1. How do you take LCM? Yes. The LCM is 3. Agree? And then you cross multiply, because in the denominator you have two different numbers. Just multiply the denominator and then cross multiply. That would be 2 minus 3. That would be minus 1 divided by 3 plus 4 by 5 x to the power. The same logic you would get 5 minus 4 divided by 5, which is 1 by 5 plus 3. Okay, this is our final answer for this question. Okay, so let me write down the 10th question, that is find the derivative of, okay, find the derivative of 1 divided by x. 1 divided by x. What is the first step? Write down d by dx of 1 divided by x. Now, what happens to this x if it moves to the numerator? It would become x to the power. Here you have plus 1. If it comes to the numerator, it would become negative 1. Compare this with the formula. What do you have in place of n? Yes, d by dx of x to the power n. What do you have in place of n? We have negative 1. Agree? So substitute that in the formula. I would get negative 1 x to the power negative 1 negative 1. Okay, that would be negative 1 into x to the power minus 1 would be minus 2. If I bring this x to the power minus 2 back to the denominator, it would become x square. Okay, so derivative of 1 by x is equal to what? Minus 1 by x square. You can use this as a formula in the future problems. Yes. Now our 11th question is find the derivative of 1 divided by ax. Okay. Now how do you find the derivative? First of all, write it as d by dx of 1 divided by ax. Okay. A is a constant. Agree? Can I take it out? It would become 1 divided by a d by dx of 1 divided by x. Just now we found what is d by dx of 1 by x. I'll substitute that. I would get 1 by a into minus 1 divided by x square. So this is equal to what? Minus 1 divided by ax square. Okay. So this is our final answer for this problem. Yes. Let me take down one more. Find the derivative of x plus 1 by x. Okay, so what is the first step? Write the given question something like this. 1 plus 1 divided by x. Okay, that is x plus 1 divided by x, right? So, x plus 1 divided by x. I'll use the sum rule. What does the sum rule say? Giving the derivative to each term. What is derivative of x with respect to x? It is 1. Right? We've solved so many problems on them. Plus, what is differentiation of 1 by x? It is minus 1 by x square. We just solved it. That is the 10th one. So, our final answer is 1 minus 1 by x square. Okay. So, the 13th question is find the derivative of f of r is equal to pi r square. Okay. And they're also asking us to find what? They're asking us to find f dash at 3. Yes. So usually we used to find the derivative of f of x. Okay. All these functions, whatever we solved, the 12 problems. See, in this I've given it clearly. It is f of x. We are just showing that whatever is in the RHS, it is a function of x. Okay, here they are saying it is a function of r. That's it. Here, since it is a function of x, we found d by dx. Okay, here we would find d by dr. Why? Because f is a function of r. Okay, I would have to find d by dr f of r, which is equal to d by dr of pi r square. Pi is a constant, you can take it out. Okay, d by dr of r square. Yes, so pi, what is derivative of r? What is derivative of r square with respect to r? How do you solve this? What is the formula? See, we know what is differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x. That was n x to the power n minus 1. But here we have r. So our formula changes to d by dr r to the power n. The formula is n r to the power n minus 1. As simple as that. So what do we have in place of n now? We have 2. So that would be 2 r to the power 2 minus 1. So that would be pi 2 into r, which is, we can also say it as 2 pi r. And what else are they asking us to find? They're asking us to find f dash of 3. We denote the derivatives as d by dr. This is the symbol for derivatives or differentiation. We also denote it as f dash of r. Okay. Now we have f dash of r is equal to 2 pi r. They are asking us to find what? F dash of 3. Yes. Now what is f dash of 3? That is wherever you have r in the equation, substitute 3. You will get 2 pi into 3. This is equal to what? 6 pi. Yes. Now let me take down one more question. Say, find the derivative of f of r is equal to, yes, they have given 4 by 3 pi r cube. They're also asking us to find what? F dash at 4. Okay. Now, how do you find it? I'll write it as d by dr of f of r. We can also denote it as what? F dash of r. This is equal to what? D by dr of 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now, 4 by 3 and pi are constants, right? So, I'll write it down as 4 by 3 pi. I would have to find d by dr of r cube. What do we have in place of n? Yes, we have 3 r to the power 3 minus 1. 3 and 3 gets cancelled clearly because they are in multiplication. So, we have 4 pi r square. What are they asking us to find? They're asking us to find f dash at 4. Okay, so this would be 4 pi into 4 square, which is equal to 64 pi. Why? Because 4 cube is 64. Okay. So our next question is 15th one. Find the derivative of, okay, 15th one. They have given us v is equal to, okay, v is equal to 4 pi r square. Okay, they are asking us to find dv by dr. Yes, dv by dr and dv by dr at r is equal to 2. Now, how do you start this? Say I have v is equal to 4 pi r square. So, my dv by dr would be what? d by dr 4 pi r square. Correct? d by dr 4 pi r square. Now, 4 and pi are constants. I can take it out. So, that would be 4 pi d by dr of r square. This is equal to what? 4 pi. In place of n, I have 2. So, that would be 2 into r to the power 2 minus 1. So, that would be r itself. So, that would be 4 into 2 is 8 pi r. This is our dv by dr. What else are they asking? They are asking us to find dv by dr at r is equal to 2. So, this would be 8 pi into 2. What is 8 2s are? It is 16 pi. Okay. So, what did we study in this lecture? We studied how to find, yes, we studied how to find derivatives. How do you find derivatives? Suppose I have, let me take the question. that is sixth one. Okay, what do we have in the sixth one? They have given us x cube plus 8x. Okay, so what should you do to find derivative? First write down the given question as, yes, write down that as d by dx of x cube plus 8x. Okay, this is equal to what? From some rule I can give this d by dx, that is the derivative for each term. Yes, so I wrote it as d by dx of x cube plus d by dx of 8x. Okay, here for the first term I have applied the formula. What is the formula? D by dx of x to the power n is equal to nx to the power n minus 1. Okay, so I wrote it as n, that is 3, x to the power n minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, plus 8. Yes, I have what? X, only x is remaining. So I wrote it as d by dx of x to the power n, x to the power 1. Yes, what do you have in place of n? I have 1. So I wrote it as 1 x to the power 1 minus 1. So anything to the power 0 is 1, as you all know. So our final answer is 3x squared plus 8. This is how you find derivatives of a given function. Okay, so yes, that is it for today's class. Thank you.